Hey guys, welcome to this weekend forecast. So this is going to be for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, April 12th, 13th, and 14th. So I have a few cards pulled for each one of these days. Let's get into Friday first. We have the Justice card. Now the Justice card could be speaking to a few different things. First, if you are needing to make a decision, or if you're on a certain path and you are questioning if you should continue on this path, what is the best way for you to go? The Justice card comes to remind you that you're wanting to think of what is fair to you, what is fair to others, and what does the world need right now? So the Justice card comes to remind you to think of the complete picture. So is there something that you have within you that the world needs, but maybe you're too scared to show it? The card could be encouraging you to focus on how you can help others with that decision. Or vice versa. Maybe there's just something you've been really fixated on and it hasn't been working out. Well, it's a time to take a step back and say, is this in the highest best good for all involved? Maybe there's a new way to approach it that would be better for others. So the Justice card also will come to speak of paying attention to the energy that you put into things. It's very much a karmic card. And karma, even though we don't like it and it gets a bad rap sometimes, it is always fair. So what type of energy have you been putting into certain things? And where are you now as a result of that? And also you want to evaluate the energy just that you're in right now, like your thoughts and emotions and feelings surrounding certain areas of your life. Are they stemming from fear? Are they stemming from love? Are they stemming from doubt? Are they stemming from faith? It's a time to really just take a step back and evaluate the energy that you're putting into everything. And it's the perfect day to shift any of those energy patterns that are not serving you. So I'll give a quick example from my own life. Ever since I can remember, I always had it in my head that if I visualized the worst outcome, then it would make the situation better, right? It's like preparing for the worst. And I noticed today there's something coming up, and I visualized the worst outcome. And I'm like, that's everything I know. It says not to do that. The truth, the universal laws that I talk about and that I try to embody and try and live by are the opposite of this pattern or habit that is so ingrained in my subconscious thinking. So whenever I caught myself doing that today, I really had to make a conscious effort to shift my thoughts, shift how I felt about the situation, and started to really visualize, but what if everything went right? How would I think about this situation if I just knew, if I just had faith that everything would work out? So I share that just to kind of get your wheels turning. Is there anything that you do this? Like, is there any situation that you know is stemming from fear and you're thinking of all the bad outcomes, or maybe you're focusing only on the negative of a particular situation? It's a time to shift that. It's shifting the energy, it's shifting the karma, and you can see the Justice card has the scales in his hand. It's bringing everything back into balance. What you put in, you're going to receive out of it. So I want to show you the clarifying cards that also came. And this really kind of goes along with it. We got gratitude list and have courage to ask for and accept help. So the gratitude list is really just encouraging you today to count your blessings, to shift again that energy of focusing on what you're grateful for in every situation. I'm going to take it a step further. What could go right in every situation? So we're not trying to control anything by doing this. We're not saying I want the situation to exactly unfold the way I have it in my head. But no, instead you're just allowing yourself to imagine, like, how great could this certain situation feel? How could I change the world? How would other people respond to me if they truly knew what was in my heart? Just begin this new energy. And then with any situation, especially ones where you've been focusing only on the negative or primarily focused on the negative, how can you shift this to find things to be grateful for in those situations? And then the second card, have courage to ask for and accept help. And this card is talking twofold. This could be talking about asking others in your world for help. If you watch the card reading for Thursday, I talked a lot about some of us are feeling overwhelmed, and some of the cards came up to say it might be a good idea to delegate something out, to allow others to assist you in some way, to give up some of the control and trust that others can help you. So it could be actually asking people in your life, finding an assistant, finding, maybe not like a full-time assistant, but somebody who can just assist you maybe on one task, something that is draining you, that is not important to you. Can you delegate it out? Can you make it any simpler? The other piece of this card and the guidance that we're getting is ask God, angels, and your guides for help. If you just don't know, and your ego and your logical mind has not been able to figure it out yet, just surrender. Say, I'm going to do everything that I can to make sure my energy's right. I'm going to focus on love. I'm going to visualize only positive outcomes. I'm going to focus on what I'm grateful for. But Source, I need your help. I need your help to know where I'm going next. I need your help to allow things to unfold that's in the best for everyone involved. The best possible outcome for everyone involved. And then surrender and let go and trust. And just open yourself up to intuitions, to guidance, to following whatever these next steps are that will be presented to you. All right, so that is for Friday. Let's move on now until Saturday. Saturday, we get the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is talking about moving forward with determination. So the Cups is an emotional card. And immediately what I'm drawn to in this card is there's this little stream. And I'm feeling like you're crossing over from like one emotional state, one part of your journey, and you're getting really close to just stepping over that stream and seeing what's on the other side. And you're determined. And you know there's a knowing of this is the right path for me, or maybe I don't know exactly what my steps are, but I know that I just want to feel this certain way, and I'm determined to feel this certain way no matter what. And the card that came out, and the Knight of Cups, can be talking about all areas of your life, your love life, your career, just your internal state. But it's just this steadfast determination and really tuning in with your emotions and making sure that how you're feeling is aligning with that. So it's a day to just check in. Like, how am I feeling in this moment? When I think of my love life, let's say, how do I feel about that? Check in. Are your emotions in alignment with where you're going? So it might be a time to realign and allow things that just do not serve you any longer to fall away. And then keep going. You just have to keep pushing through and know that old patterns, old emotions, old thoughts will come up. But he is not swayed by those. Look at his face. He's looking forward. So that's the energy you really want to embody on Saturday. Keep looking forward. Old patterns that come up, they're not you. They're not where you're going. They're not in alignment with you anymore. Allow them to fall away and then refocus yourself on, like, keep your eye on the prize. Refocus yourself on where you're heading, who you know you truly are, what you really want to embody, and embrace that energy. And anything else that is not of that energy is not worth your time or your attention. And so then the second card that came out was Conscious Consumer. And it says you have the power to heal and help the world with your decision to buy only products and services that are ethical and environmentally friendly. As a conscious consumer, you choose to invest in fair trade and organic goods, and you live simply, and you purchase only that which you need. So I'm feeling like this is a twofold. You are wanting to pay attention to where you're putting your energy. So money is a form of energy. Your thoughts are a form of energy. So it's really just a day to pay attention where you're putting your energy. And make sure that you put your energy into things that will give back to you. It's a day to invest in yourself. If that's, spending a little bit more on healthy foods that really feed your body, it's a day to do that. If you have been asking, like, should I invest in a certain training or, gosh, even like a massage or an energy healing, like, should I invest in that? The card is coming to say, yes, today is a day just to say, I'm worth it. I'm worth giving this energy to, and I'm going to be very conscious and mindful of how I'm giving my energy. Am I like giving it to places that aren't really doing much for me or aren't really doing much for the world, or am I truly giving back to the world or to myself in a way that this energy is going to grow and expand? This can also be talking about if you are trying to start a business, if you're in a certain career, you want to focus on what is in alignment with your soul. Like, what people are going to give you money for this new business. Again, this is probably only speaking to a few people, but I feel like it needs to be mentioned. People are going to give you money, but what are you giving back to them in exchange? So if you're thinking of a business plan, how are you giving back to the world? And shift your focus more on that rather than like the technicalities of starting a business, but rather like, how are you going to be giving back to this world? So overall, Saturday is just 100% every single form of energy, from emotions and thoughts to actual actions that you take, money that you spend, any form of energy. Just be aware of how you are spending it. And only put out energy that you wish to get back. Okay, let's move now on to Sunday. And 3 cards came out, so I'm going to spread them out for you and we can take a deeper look. We got the Chariot in reverse. We got the World in reverse. We got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. A lot of reversals here. So the Chariot in reverse is talking about feeling a bit stuck. The World and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse in this spread is talking about reevaluating what is keeping you stuck. Is there a pattern? Is there a habit? Maybe it's procrastination. Maybe it's self-doubt. Maybe it's disorganization. Maybe it is listening to fear and allowing that fear to stop you. But it's a day to say, okay, if I'm not where I am, if I'm not where I want to be, what is holding me back from that? And just take a good hard look at it. And then create a plan to transcend it. If you are feeling stuck, if at any point on Sunday you're feeling like down in any way, it's not a time to feed into those negative emotions or those apathetic feelings, but rather it is a time to say, okay, what's contributing to me feeling this way? In my life, if there's something that's not panning out the way I want it to, what is a habit that could be contributing to that? This is not to blame yourself. This is to empower you. Because if there is a habit, then you have the power to overcome it, to transcend it, and to shift it. And whenever you look at things separate from yourself, then they lose their power over you and they seem less overwhelming and less intimidating. So for example, if you're someone who tends to procrastinate like I do, you could say, I'm a procrastinator. It's really frustrating. It works against me, but it's just who I am. That's giving all of that power to the procrastination. But if you take a step back and say, this is a habit that I just fed into for a long time, but I'm more powerful than that, and I have the power to overcome it, and I have the power to shift it, then that procrastination, that habit, whatever it might be, is then separate from you. So it's just kind of like taking off any like restraints that you might have that have held you back or that have made you feel stuck at times. But you're seeing them for what they are. They were never a part of you. They were just something that you picked up and you reinforced. And at any time that you choose, with enough focus and attention and effort, you can overcome it and you can shift it. And then I want to show you the 2 cards that came out to support the Sunday reading. You got Visualize Abundance in all forms and dreams of abundance. So these two cards are basically saying the same thing. You are wanting to visualize where you are going, who you want to be. So I encourage you to wake up on Sunday and say, okay, who do I want to be today? Do I want to be a person who comes from unconditional love? Do I want to be an abundant, successful person? Do I want to be an unconditionally loving person, a secure person, a confident person? Wake up on Sunday and say, who do I want to be today? And then, throughout the rest of your day, all emotions and thoughts and actions that come up, ask yourself, is this in alignment with that? And if it is, that's wonderful. You're reinforcing this. But if it is not, then that is your time in that very moment to shift that energy pattern. And as you do that, every single decision that you make, every single time that you say, what I'm doing right now is the old me, the new me wouldn't do this. The new me doesn't think this way. Every single time you do that, you are moving forward. You're breaking the cycle. You're building a new energy pattern. And with enough consistency, that's how you break these patterns. And, you do this for a few days, a few weeks, maybe for some it might be a few months. And that's whenever you just naturally step into what it is that you desire. You naturally transform into this person that you want to be and that you truly are underneath all the gunk of the patterns and the emotions and the thoughts. You begin to just naturally progress. But it's every single decision that you make and every single moment that gets you there. All right, so thank you so much for tuning in. I want to remind you that there's a few days left to sign up for the weekly shift program, 4 weeks of really just transformation, a lot of tools, a lot of support, different meditations, energy work to really help you transform your mind, your emotions, and your habits. And I'll link to that below, as well as I still do have the new and full moon package available. I know that the new moon has obviously already passed, but the meditation that's involved you can listen to up until the full moon. And then there's a new full moon healing and meditation, and it's been very helpful for people. So I'll link to that below as well. Thank you so much. If you're interested in any services, distance energy work, personal readings, I'll link to that. Much love. Have a beautiful, beautiful weekend.